So without further ado, I'm just going to bring my man up, give him a round of applause, one and only Ron Finley. Thank you so much.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Microphone check. Am I good? Can you hear me? I mean, it's funny to come to these kind of things, and I mean, we already know what the hell to do. You know, so the shit we do, we should be on the street. Everybody here already knows the problem. So what are we really doing with these conferences? You know, we should have this shit on the street and with bullhorns, like the Christians, and you know, give it to the people that don't know. You know, the people. But this, I mean, they serve a purpose, and we all do our individual things, but we need to get the message away from us. And what we really need to do, we gotta make this shit sexy. You know, so all you guys with your Birkenstocks, you know, and shout. We gotta, if we want people to follow us and do what we do and realize how we can change this world, this shit gotta be sexy. Birkenstocks ain't really that sexy. I mean, I know they have some of them in colors and shit, but ain't really that sexy. So, and one of the main reasons I'm here, so I want you guys to know, Black people eat food. Can the 3 Black people in the room, like, give me a shout out? It's true, you know, because people, how did you start growing food? Why did you do it? Really do it? You know, because I like eating food. One of the biggest reasons is, I mean, these guys, basically, I mean, with the panels you guys heard, I mean, what else am I gonna say, literally, that they haven't said, you know? But this is why I did what I did. This picture right here. We have these lots, and they've been vacant, and a lot of them have been vacant before 1965. It was like over 50 years. And what I did, I wanted to change ugly, because we have these children that their whole life, you know, all they see is ugly, day in and day out. You know, they pass by those lots and they just see squalor and decay. So they're accustomed to ugly. You know, they're accustomed to like this just gray, not color therapy. So that's why I put this food force on the street. It's one of the reasons, to let people know that we can empower ourselves. We don't have to wait for somebody to do it for us. You know, that we can feed ourselves. Because basically I started because there was no healthy food in my neighborhood, period. I mean, you couldn't get any if you want to. And what I realized, that's by design. I'm here to change the design. That's what I do. So not only this, unbeknownst to me, when I planted this food on my parkway, what basically happened is it became like I created an ecosystem without even knowing. First of all, I'm not a gardener. Let's start there. I don't have a fucking clue what I'm doing. Don't tell nobody, because they give me real big checks to go talk. But I'm a fashion designer, you know? And so I treat this just like what it is. It's art, okay? And I think that's the way we have to get back to kids. This is a creative process, but it's also something that that everybody should know how to grow their own food. Everybody should know how it's not frivolous. Everybody should know how to feed themselves. We've taken this away from everybody. You know, people, I had a busload of students from Harvard University come to my garden, and they were like, you know, they got on a plane, then they got on a bus, and they came to see this black guy that grows food in South Central. Oh my God. It's like I'm a fucking unicorn or something. And so they come, and it's like, these clowns, they don't, I'm like, okay, so what's this? It's a carrot, you clown. I mean, they don't even know that a carrot in the ground, they can't tell from the top. I said, is this Harvard? And yeah, what school is this? Stanford? Where y'all from? So, that's why we have to do this. Because if you don't control your food, you're a slave. I don't care where you come from, how much money you have, who your baby daddy is. If you don't have a hand in your food, you're a slave. And one of the biggest reasons were because in the neighborhoods where I'm from, and since I've traveled a lot, since I've started speaking, and everywhere you go, if it's black or brown, it's decay, and there's no healthy food to be had, and you can't tell me that that's some perfect storm or some shit. It's by design. You know, you can build a skyscraper in a matter of days, but you can't figure out how to get healthy food to people. No, it's control. And in my neighborhoods, it's genocide. I wanted to change that. I wanted to bring beauty into my neighborhoods, and I wanted people to know that they could have a hand in changing their lives. And that's my whole thing is, this is art. Let people apply their art to their life. And it's happening, and it's happening all over the world. I have gardens named after me in Bristol, England now, and it's kind of crazy to me too, I go, I've been to Oman and Qatar in the Middle East, and I had President Clinton open for me in Sweden. But actually, he opened the conference and I closed it, so technically, he opened for me. That's right? But to me, we need to get back. This is all about education for me. This is all about showing, especially kids, okay, that this barcode, this invisible barcode that they were born with on the back of their neck, that is readable by a prison scanner, they don't have to live that life. Why are African Americans 13.2% of the population or something? And we just happen to be 13.2% of the chronic diabetes and all the asthma, and like I like to call it an obesity, but I like to call it diobesity. So, why is this? We can change that, because all of this stuff is food related, and the world is changing. I mean, we actually have places like McDonald's that are now closing down. No one's, I mean, there hasn't been a time that this has happened. And I used to go in. This word was magical, because you didn't see it where I'm from. You didn't see this magical word, organic. I'm like, what the hell is that? But I'd go to these other neighborhoods, and they'd have somebody there that would greet you at the door, and push your cart for you, and they had some, violins that would follow you around and shit, right? And it's some sexy shit. While you shop, they had people that would, pick your fruit for you and shit. I'm like, damn. So I go back, and it's like, and that's where I saw this word, organic. I'm like, damn, that's that word. But I'm like, why isn't this in my neighborhood? So I go back and it was almost like I was in Oz or some shit, the land of Oz, and then I had to go back to my neighborhood. And if it's black or brown in that neighborhood, you're not gonna find no healthy food. It's non-existent. It's not there. So this word, it just didn't exist in my neighborhood. I wanted to change that and tell people that you have the power to grow your own food. So in LA, they had an ordinance that you could not grow food on the street, on the parkways in LA. But I mean, we living in these concrete jungles, and all it is concrete and asphalt, and they've made these communities for cars. They don't make them for people. These communities weren't built for us. They're built for cars. So I got in a lot of trouble for planting food on the street. And long story short, I got the law changed in LA. So now on the streets, thank you. On the streets of LA, you can now, it's ordinances, you can plant food on the streets of LA, because you can see these hands in my hose, these holes on my back. But now we ain't got no damn water. What the fuck you gonna grow food and you ain't got no water? So it's like, and all you techies that were just up there, how the hell do you make water? The hell with all that other stuff. Can you guys get in a lab and make us some pure artesian spring water? Because that's what we need right now. It was funny. Last week before I drove down from Sacramento to LA, and I saw all this barren land that used to have farms and growing food, and they had these signs like, look at what the government did. We don't have water because of the government. And like, no, you asshole. You don't have water because you treated it like it was an infinite source. Okay, because you would flood your fields. Yeah. So don't the government's got a hand in that, a major hand, but don't just blame it on them. Now you didn't bit yourself in the ass. That's what I didn't understand about a lot of these farmers. How are you going to? You had to see though the water levels. You had to see that this wasn't sustainable. That you can keep watering these plants like this. And now all up and down, what was that, the 5, they have these signs where they're protesting, like, look what the government did to us, how no food, no jobs, and all this. You can't just blame them. You gotta be responsible for yourself. And that's what I'm trying to get me with what I do. I'm trying to get people back to the soil. Because to me, that's where the magic is. And it's hard too, because being African American, we have this disdain for soil because of this, what was that shit? Slavery, So a lot of black people ain't trying to touch soil. They're not trying to hear nothing about no soil, And then we have the Mexicans who have the whole migrant farm worker thing, and their name is not Roberto no more, it's Robert. So we have these. So when we do what we do, and everybody up here is change culture, because that's what the hell we're doing. We're culture changes. When we do that, that's a big part of the fight that we have to fight to realize, no, dude, this is where the gold is. It's in this soil. Okay, so now what have these people done? They've desecrated, they depleted, and the soil has no nutrients. We are about to experience the same thing they experienced in the 40s with the Dust Bowl. It's going down as we speak. And I'm trying to change that. I have a Shoko. Where you at? Come here. He didn't know I was going to. This is my nephew. He worked in Berkeley. He works on the Gill track.
Oh, nice.
And now he's a movie star. Is this on? Right on? No, because I want you to tell them your experience too. You know what you went through and what's happening now. Because I heard it didn't go down like y'all thought it was going to go down after you made the movie. So he didn't know I was going to do this. I didn't even know I was going to do this. So you know.
So my name is Finley, and the project that my uncle is talking about is a spot called the Gill Tract. And the Gill Tract used to be a 104-acre farm owned by a family that was given to the University of California, because the University of California is a land grant institution. Many people don't know that. And me and a group of people decided that we didn't want them to develop this land and turn it into a Whole Foods, because we saw that as kind of a poor compromise to turn whole soil into a Whole Foods. And so we decided to have an occupation, and that occupation included a 7-acre farm with 15,000 starts. And that experience, I think, really, for people in the way that you're saying, changing culture, kind of ignited people to see that they could do it themselves. That we don't need to wait
For permission.
We don't need permission.
You don't need to wait for Martha Stewart to tell you how to do it.
That's real talk.
And that's what I feel. I feel like people, where should I put this? And I said, I don't know. I don't know. Where are you? It's purple and it's going to be this big. Where I know, figure it out. We've lost our instinct. You know, or you have people that you tell them to do their path for their garden and they do this. And I'm like, did that shit feel comfortable? So what you do, and I'm like, no, be water. How does water? So you want to flow. So we have to literally teach people this instinctiveness that they've lost because of all this, stuff we're doing now. And that's what they got to get back. So I want, like this slide here, 86,000, 90-something people or kids are in college. So I guess they should get a hand. Let's give it a hand. But I'm gonna give you another number, 2.2 million. That's how many people are in prison in this country. You see this the statistic here on this wall? Does that ring? They need people in prison. Guess who they want in prison? Me. That guy right there. Especially you. Why are we 13% of the population, but we like 60, 70% of the people in prison? Because that means we doing crime 24/7 all day. I'm Jackie. I'm a gangster. It's not real. Okay, so the fear of the black planet, that's real, but it's not real. We're only 13% of the population. We can't be doing this much crime. This is a business, and this is where they want our kids from day one, and that's why they're not educating our kids. Okay, and I know, and a lot of y'all like, what the fuck does this have to do with food? What is this guy talking about? It has everything to do with food. Because if a child's not getting the nourishment that he needs to let his brain grow, if he's not getting the nourishment to let his body flow, what's he gonna do? How do you compete? How do you compete with a student that has a system of healthy food, a system of educators that educate? How do you compete? You don't. Guess where you wind up? And now we got these clowns that are putting our kids in prison because they're getting kickbacks. Shit is real. So not only do we have to deal with this racist bullshit, we have to deal with stuff like this. So we have to protect our kids when they're embryos. You know, so how do we do that? We show people how to be self-sustaining. We show people how to grow their own food. We show people how the fact that they can design their own life and take their neighborhoods back, take their communities back, and not this gangster bullshit that these rappers that's living in these enclaves in Beverly Hills and wherever the hell they living, that they talking, all they're doing is pimping the hood. You know, all they with this misogynistic shit and the drugs and you know and robbing people. That's not gangster. The soil's gangster. Being a gardener is the most gangster shit on the planet, as far as I'm concerned. And sexy? You want to talk about sexy? Compost is sexy as a motherfucker. And I talk about compost and my nipples get hard. I want to get people back to the soil and realize that we can take this back and we can design our lives and we don't have to put up with this. We don't have to put up with these people imprisoning us, not just in prison, but in our minds. You know, because a lot of times a child, if I got kids that tell me, I don't dream. How the hell do you not dream? A dream costs you nothing. Okay? And this hope shit, I'm cool on hope. What can you do with hope but hope? As people tell me, Ron, you know, you're giving a lot of people hope. Fuck hope. You can't do nothing with hope but hope. I'm changing that. I want to give people opportunity. You know? And that's what we're doing with this gardening thing, and that's what we're trying to show kids that you don't have to go down this road. No, doing what you see on TV is not the only way that you can make it. You know, and that's what I'm here for, and that's what I'm gonna be here for, because that's what fast food equals. Fast food, slow death. They're killing us. We're killing each other in our streets. They're killing them, imprisoning us, and now we got these food companies that are also killing us. It's real slow. It's real slow, but they're doing it, and they're allowed to do it, and it's legal. You know, eat fresh. What the hell is that? Eat fresh. You ain't nothing real. How you gonna grow food that has no nutritional value whatsoever? Everything in it is toxic. These kids don't know that, so we need to get back to educating them on what real food is, how it's grown, and how we need classes on what is the nutrient in this food that's going to keep me healthy, that's going to fight my cold, that's going to, you know, give me energy. What are the vitamins in this food? That's what we need to take these kids. That's what we need to make happen. And with all you guys in these panels, Michelle, all you guys from the Fort, it's dope what you're doing. I mean, the fact that you put this group together, and the fact that all you people came out to hear this. But this is what I want. Okay, I want kids. If we get them in the soil at an early age, they know the real shit, and you're not gonna dupe them. This is the faces I want to see like that every day, all day, and then we can have it. You know, if kids grow kale, they eat kale. It's not foreign to them. You know, they don't pick Takis over mushrooms. You know, and what I got this thing I do with kids a lot of times about here. If I talk at a school, I'm like, I bought snacks. You know? And I pass them out, and I said, but you can't eat them. I'm like, what? What's wrong with this guy? He just gave me some Doritos and tell me I can't eat them. I said, no, turn the package over, get on your phone, get on your computer, and look up some of these ingredients. And I'm on, when you find out, shout out, stand up, there's a mic there, and I have them like, you know, they'll oh yeah, well so-and-so difractrix acrodumicide. And I'm like, okay, what is it? Oh, it's been, you know, birth defects and da-da-da-da-da-da. Somebody will come up with this, and this one caused cancer, and this one's a, you know, and oh, they said this is from beavers' butts. I'm like, yeah, it is. And then somebody always has a word that they cannot pronounce. And he says, diaphragm. I'm like, perfect, I've been waiting on you. It's real simple. If you can't read that shit, don't eat that shit. Nothing in nature has 16 letters like that. They get it. And to have them come up to you and say, wow, I never did that before. I never know. It's like, stop killing yourself. Stop allowing, it's genocide. That's why I do what I do. And I don't want this to be a downer or nothing, but this inspires me. This inspires me that somebody from Africa will send me an email. This inspires me that I have a nephew that got his crew and they're doing the work that they're doing at the Gilchrist tribe. This inspires me that people are telling me, we started this garden because of you. They're in Pennsylvania somewhere, and now we put in a garden for the handicapped kids in their wheelchairs so they can garden, and they send me pictures. So it just makes my work so, I mean, it makes you cry, but it's almost like it's weighty as hell too, because, I mean, it's a lot of weight, dude. It's like sometimes you just want to stop, because it is a fight. I mean, this shit ain't easy. I'm not even front. It's not easy. You know, then you're dealing with this bureaucratic ass dragging of these things they call politicians. And to try to change the culture, and that's why they're supposed to be there, to change the culture. And they're not letting the culture change. I want, how much time we got? Where we at? 5 minutes? Does that include questions and answers? Or should I just stop it now? Say what? What? 5 minutes plus I get, okay. I was gonna present this whole presentation and I'm like, but I mean, you guys heard all this shit already, you know? So why you need to hear from me again? But this is what I wanna see. Nothing, Mother Nature makes no waste. None. Everything Mother Nature does is a resource. We're not treating it like that. And then we have the politicians and our government that are using our biggest resource and not to our advantage. And that's us. People are our biggest resource. People don't realize it's like, well, oh, you doing this? I'm like, no, it's not even about the food with me. It's about people. First, the food is in the soil, that's the catalyst. But first and foremost, it's always about people. It's about helping the environment. Okay, because we are nature. We're nature. People seem to forget that. You know, but we are killing Mother Nature. You know, we still have species that are getting extinct. We gotta stop that. And it's up to us to do it. I mean, so this is why we gotta get gangster with it. You know, just like they getting gangster with putting us in prison and everything else, we gotta get gangster with this gardening thing and showing people how they can change and design their own lives. We need to build new bridges to connect people. We need new infrastructures. That's what we're here for. So, I want you guys, I hope you got something I said, but I want you guys, everybody, so when you leave here, just go out and plant some shit. You know? All right.
In terms of questions, so we're going to take questions. Then you can take that side, we can take questions. Then we got a whole other panel coming up with the farmers, the restaurants, and the chefs, so we'll make sure we squeeze it in. So yeah, we just popcorn it right now. Let's do it.
Thanks for coming and talking. Thanks for coming and talking. You've been an inspiration to a ton of people.
Thank you.
It's really great that speaking truth of power and actually doing something that matters. But the big thing I wonder is, are there any organizations specifically that do water conservation that you're championing or that you're working with or that you've identified?
I mean, who's tree people? You know, yeah, Andy's killing the game, but a lot of his stuff should have been implemented years and years ago, and it hasn't. So we didn't have to necessarily be in the situation that we are right now with the water. We could have started off for like 3 months or something, you know. But we didn't have to necessarily be where we are because we didn't conserve any water whatsoever, you know. And plus, we were getting it from somewhere else, so it didn't make a difference. But yeah, I mean, he's done some innovative stuff, you know, with our water. So if everybody just had a rain barrel or two at their houses, and you know, they knew the problem. So it is partly the fault of the government, because they just, that's that bureaucratic ass dragon. They didn't do nothing about it. You know?
Got one over here.
Hi.
As somebody who's influenced political change for gardening in LA, that's what you said. I mean, to get.
Yeah, as though I don't have enough arrows pointing at.
Sorry, but how would you suggest we go about, as I'm on the water topic, like rainwater catchment is pretty much illegal as we know it, and God willing it ever rains again. I know it is in a lot of
We're
states,
supposed to
but
have this El Nino coming, you know?
Yeah.
That's what they keep telling us. I think that's to keep us here not to leave the state.
well, suppose that happens. How do we go about being able to reclaim this water and to be able to give water to
Well, I
gardens?
mean, in some states it is illegal. Here, I know in LA it's not. I mean, you can store your water, and it's easy as hell to do. And there's so many ways that we can do it. Even something as simple as using ollas to everybody know what an olla is? Anybody who don't know? You know what an olla is? Yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean, even just using stuff like that, it's going to say, if enough people use it, it's going to save water. You know, but yeah, I mean, everybody should be, all the rain that comes off of their roof, I mean, we just let it go right into the gutter and right out to the ocean. And now they see, oh, it's real. You know, because we have this, what they said, the biggest drought in 1,200 years or something like that.
Yeah, we got time for one more.
So, have you done? Thanks again. Have you done any work with food waste diversion down in LA? So as opposed to just growing your own food.
I can tell you, I'm a fashion designer. You know, that's what people don't say. No, I haven't done with food waste. My own. No, I'm a big composter. I mean, everywhere I go, I preach the gospel of compost. You know, and that's kind of one of my passions, because when I ask people, who gardens in the forest? No damn body. There's not little elves tilling the soil in the forest. So why is it so rich? Why is it so lush? Because nature happens. It's about, and you don't even have to do nothing. But what do we do when we see leaves? Put it in the trash. What do we do? All the stuff we cut down, what do? We throw it away. What we are throwing away is a resource. And that's what I mean. There are resources all around us. And I want people to open their eyes and see that these are resources and not waste. You know? So yeah, that's in what I do, but I can't be everywhere. And I kind of stay in my lane. You know?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Once again, we are